Hello everyone, Stu Lees here on a live stream, which is a bit rare for me. I'm often doing webinars, but they're booked in sort of thing, so I don't do a hell of a lot of live. So hi. In these types of things, I like to give people a couple of minutes to kind of sign on and get ready. So if you're one of the eager beavers who's joined immediately, thank you. And say hi in the comments, please. I would love to, know who's here. Love to know where you're from, what you're up to. And what I'll do now is I'll just go through a little bit of what I'm covering off in the next 30 minutes. I'm sure lots of people will miss the live and come back to this later. Everything I say in this session is obviously recorded, so feel free to also comment later, because I'd love to know who catches this later as well, particularly with the lock-in comment that I'll be talking about in a few minutes. All right, so if you don't know me, I'm Stu Lees. I'm the Shoestring Marketer. That's a brand that I've been going by this year. I am a marketing teacher and coach based here in Auckland in my little farm. And I'm really, really excited because in a few weeks' time, we'll be hitting go on a program to take a whole lot of business owners, a whole lot of marketers through a 16-week training program on how to, what's called Level Up Your Marketing in 2025. And I want to start with talking about why I'm doing this, because I think the why factor for me is just as important as the why factor for the people joining. So why I'm running this program is very, very straightforward. I am sorry, just checking on comments already. I'm running this program because I think 2025 and 2026 are going to be extraordinarily tough years for a lot of us. I think there's a lot of global economic challenges out there. I think there's a lot of geopolitical challenges that are making it worse. There's tariffs, there's wars, there's all sorts of things happening. I don't see those things just disappearing. And I think no matter where we are in the world, business-wise, if we're in charge of a business or if we're in charge of the marketing for a business, I think we're going to be really having to level up all of our games in order to keep going at the same level, or if we want to be growing, to get to a higher level than we are now. So I timed this program specifically to work on that. I timed this program in order to help business owners and marketers really take that step forward. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen and I'm going to show you all how I'm going to go about doing that. So if you're watching this and if you want to go back and look at these things in detail, my website domain is right down the bottom of the screen here. This is the website here. When you get to the website, you'll see the homepage, this handsome dude over here. And then what I want you to do is click on the Level Up Your Marketing course in the middle. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger so you can see it. And this will take you to the course page. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about who this program is for. I'm going to show you the curriculum in detail and talk through every single module. I'm going to give you a profile of some of the learners, some of the people who have already joined up, 6 of them. There's, like I said, I think there's 14 people have joined up already. I had a couple of people inquiring a couple of minutes ago. So we're going to profile a couple of learners, and I'm going to show you each of them in terms of their industry, what they are hoping to achieve, and perhaps why they took the course, because I've met with all of them. I'm then going to dive in quickly and just go what's involved in doing the program. And all of this is wrapped around this whole concept that I have for marketers and for small business owners, that to find 2 hours a week to execute diligently in your marketing every single week is all that's necessary. This program is designed to get people not only all of the tools and frameworks and planning necessary to hit the 2 hour a week model, but also have the, build in the habits, right, of blocking out that marketing time every single week for a couple of hours, and only for a couple of hours, so that you're actually hitting things consistently and sustainably. You're not running out of ideas. You're not getting frustrated with what to post. You're not getting caught in the quagmire of trying to create viral reels all the time. You're just executing a really simple and straightforward marketing plan. That's my goal, right? And I've done it plenty of times before with businesses, so I'm really excited to be bringing on, at least another 14, because that's how many people we've got lined up. I'm sure we're going to get to sort of 25, which is my goal for the program, given we've got about 25 more days to get those people on board. And some of you people who are watching right now might be some of them. So let's dive in now and let's talk about what this whole thing is. So it's a 16-week program of coaching and training. So the training is me in live sessions every Tuesday at 10 a.m. New Zealand time, and also at 8 p.m. New Zealand time, which helps cater for different time zones. The 8 p.m. session is the same session that happens in the morning, and it's still live. I just have to do it twice a week. And the reason I do that is there's also a lot of really busy business people who can't fit in this learning time for themselves during the day. So you have the option on Tuesdays to rock up to a 10 a.m. class or an 8 p.m. class. Okay. And then every we alternate weeks. So week 1 is a learning week. Week 2 is a lab where there's practical things for you to go ahead and work on in your business. And then week 3 is another learning session, and week 4 is another practical, and we alternate that way. So it's a 16-week program. It covers a broad spectrum of marketing, right from the very high level of planning and strategy, all the way into really detailed stuff like marketing automation, email marketing, selling and comments, selling and DMs, really closing the deal. Does the whole funnel of B2B marketing from top to bottom. So that's kind of what it is. The coaching part of it is every one of the learners who gets involved in this program gets personal coaching inside a private Slack community, a digital community. If you haven't used Slack, it's really just another web page that you can go to, where we'll have a private community of all of the learners on board there. We'll be sharing our own learnings. We'll be sharing our own insights. We'll be asking you guys will be asking tons of questions. You'll have access from me for 16 weeks, unlimited questions. So that's where the coaching comes in. You have questions that are not about the program. It could just be about a post that you're doing, could just be about an email that you're sending. It could be, bouncing ideas off walls. So you'll have access to me for 16 weeks of the whole program, included in this fixed price you're getting out of the program. So that's kind of what it is, what's included. And this is where we're going to go right into the course curriculum. I'm going to try and max the screen a little bit, take my face out of it. I might even try and zoom it a little bit just to get into, there we go. All right, so we're going to go through all 16 weeks, but I'm going to do it super fast. So if you want to drill into this, put in the comments of this session the words lock in, okay? Lock in. What that will do in the comment, I will make sure that your name is tied down and that you will get the current early bird pricing, which at 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon expires, which is $500 off. But if you do lock in the comments, even if you don't end up doing the course, it doesn't matter. I will lock in that price for you so that you get the discount. Okay. So, and if you do lock in, we can always have a meeting and we can go through the course curriculum. We can go through the whole lot one-on-one really quickly. Okay. So let's move into the program. We've got first 8 weeks here. Week 1's marketing strategy. We're going to talk about the whole marketing picture, particularly around services and B2B. Okay. If you're in product or B2C, it will still work. And I do have 2 B2C, business to consumer learners in the program already. I've had a really good conversation with them. It's still valid for them, so they've decided to move forward. But it is very much suited to B2B, where you're looking at building communities, you're looking at getting leads and working them through the funnel model of marketing. Okay, so we're going to do marketing strategy, and in that session, immediately you guys are going to be starting to write your own strategy plan for the next year. Okay. The next week is going to be a strategy lab and planning. So what we're going to do is, for those of you who decide that you're going to be brave enough to submit your strategy plan to me, I'm going to review a bunch of those strategy plans live for you all to see and give you live feedback so that you can all work on your own strategy plan and have it locked in and dialed in for a strategy that works for you, your business, and also your target customer. Okay. And most of what we do is going to be focused around your target customer, which brings us to the next bit, which is persona targeting. I've got a very, very specific psychographic oriented persona creative matrix that we will go through. And this is one of the most important parts of all marketing, in my opinion. This is where we really dial into who is my target customer, what are they thinking, what are they fearful of, what are their frustrations, what are they aspiring to be. It's a lot of fun. We get very nerdy in this session, and you're going to have you're going to have a couple of weeks to really drill in and do your own persona map, and then everyone's going to submit their persona map to me, and I'm going to give you one-on-one feedback for each of them, because that has to be right. We have to start off with the perfect persona. Then we're going to jump into something a little bit more kind of outwardly executable in our marketing, which is targeted social content. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the persona maps that you guys have done, and I'm going to do a live session on how to take your persona map and come up with content, headlines, content, topics, content, stories, all on the fly. And I'm going to show you how easy it is once you've got a great persona map involved and a great persona matrix listed out, how to make content and never run out of ideas, right? So that's a really big outcome of already in the session, is that you're rolling out content that's different than you have before, social content, and you've got a system already in place that's going to help you run out of ideas. And we're only at week 4. Okay, week 5, journey mapping. Journey mapping takes your customer from the moment they discover you through a specific map that again, I'll give you a bunch of templates to work from, a specific map that your customer steps through in order to become a customer. Okay, and that's going to go through things like maybe they've jumped on your website, maybe from the website they've gone over to a course that you're running, or maybe they've gone over to some sort of downloadable, or there's a pop-up. But for each of you, we're going to help you design a journey map for your target customer, which is going to then really help you decide, what will your website look like this year? What will your email marketing look like this year? How will automation work? You'll have all of these answers to things that you were probably just kind of scratching around going, well, I know I need to do this thing, but I'm not really sure if I should be doing, how much time I should be focusing on this, and what I should be saying. Okay, so journey mapping is another one of those really crucial parts that often people don't do. Okay, once we've done journey mapping, we're going to do a really fun lab, which is website conversion lab. So we're going to look at your persona, we're going to look at your marketing strategy, we're going to look at the social content that you've been putting out. A lot of it's going to be relevant to people arriving on your website, and we're going to do a really specific lab just on how to get people to land on your website. What do they need to build more trust? What do they need to get excited? What do they need to understand that their aspirations are being met, that your website is a pathway to their own success? And what sort of wording, copy, creative imagery should be on that website page in order to get it converting into, say, a lead or even a purchase. Okay. Speaking of leads, week 7 is about lead magnets. Okay. Lead magnets are things like downloadable PDFs, that might be quizzes, it might be surveys, it might be webinars, events, it might be an automatic chatbot. So lead magnets are a big topic. They are, once we're doing all of the social media stuff, once we're doing our ads and we're getting traffic to our website, what are we doing to get people to actually engage with us and get into this private audience, such as email, right? Or even text messaging or direct messaging. What are we using to magnetize them? Full session just on lead magnets, which I'm really excited about. Every lead magnet needs an offer, okay? And so this is where a lot of people get caught up trying to sell their product, or trying to oversell, or trying to overcomplicate the grammar and the wording. So we do a specific offer lab in week 8, where we're really going to look at a lot of different offers that are out there on the market, and we're going to analyze what makes them successful. We're going to analyze your own offers that you guys have put together, and I'm going to give you direct feedback. And behind all of that, there's going to be a lot of coaching to make sure that your offers reverse risk, have the appropriate hook, grab the right attention, but don't try and oversell too early. All right, and so we're halfway through. Okay, if you roll, this is my offer right on this page. So if you roll through this page here, which again, if you go to shoestringmarketer.co and then click on the Level Up course, you'll get to this page, which is what we're really just rolling through as a demonstration. Okay, so now we get into the second half of the curriculum, which is weeks 9 to 16. I'm going to roll through this really quickly because we're running short of time, and I want to respond to some of these questions that might come up. Just looking at comments. Good afternoon, Cher, Gillian, Lynn, and Sigrid. Thank you for coming along. I don't have my YouTube comments up there, but I think we've got a few people there too, because I can see some numbers. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's jump on to week 9. So you're on LinkedIn right now, a bunch of you. I've met a bunch of you on LinkedIn. This is a B2B program, and LinkedIn is where it's at for B2B. I'm sorry, folks. So we're going to do a growth and attention focused session, okay? And I'm going to show you a bunch of things that I have learned over about 15 years on LinkedIn, maybe 17 years on LinkedIn, on how to grow a big audience. My audience has just got to 26,000 connections, not just followers, but connections. I'm going to show you some daily habits that I use and have used for a really long time. We're going to show you some up-to-date changes. I'm going to steal some wonderful ideas and stuff that I've gotten from my good friend Lanier Johnson, and I might give away a couple of things in that session as well. So LinkedIn growth and attention is really about how to, use LinkedIn to target this persona that we've worked all the way back up here, right? In LinkedIn, so we're going to be very hyper specific there. And we're going to grab their attention, and then we're going to do another lab the following week, which is a growth lab. Okay, that lab is about growing authority. So we're going to do growth and attention, which is about followers and connections and having people see you, which is about reach. We're going to do the growth lab, which is about building authority with the people who see you. Okay, week 11, webinars and live streams. Okay, so a lot of people don't do what I'm doing right now, which is a live stream. I'm going to get my face back on here because, we all need to have a face every now and then. So a lot of people don't do live streams and webinars because they're not really sure how to do them. Okay, and they're really, really simple. They're really basic. The tools aren't super expensive. You can actually do them just about for free. And I'm going to sort of, I have been promising the shoestring marketer brand. So I'll show you how to do them on the best tools out there in the market. I'll also show you how to cut a few corners and do them for free. I'll show you how to do a couple of tricks, such as using dual screen for your recordings in order to do a podcast style recording. I'll show you how to optimize not only what you're saying and how you're presenting your webinars and live streams, but also a bunch of things such as using your webinar and then slicing it up into content to use elsewhere, such as in Reels, such as in LinkedIn, taking screenshots from your videos, using them with a text overlay, really getting the most out of webinars and live streams and flipping this concept over where a lot of people just don't do them because they think it's a whole lot of work and it's extra and they want to focus on socials, and flip that upside down and go, actually, if you do webinars and live streams well, they can be the cornerstone for what you use in your content going forward. So going back to that whole concept that we talked about at the start of this, which is 2 hours a week, right? A lot of that is optimizing what you do in your plan in order to not have to go back and forth and waste time, right? So this whole program is built and designed around optimizing not only your attention grabbing abilities, not only your ability to build authority and build trust, but also to do it efficiently and productively. So marketing doesn't become super overwhelming, because I know that's a massive problem for a lot of you. Webinars and live streams in week 11 is around planning and organizing your webinars and live streams. We'll go a lot into the benefits of doing these as well. The live stream lab is where we're going to have a bunch of you guys doing mini live streams for the class. So you guys are going to be live streaming to us in our private community, and we're going to be practicing giving some support, some critique, some friendly critique, and some feedback, so that particularly for you folks who are not super confident with going live, you're going to have a private, safe space in order to practice and get the feedback that you need in order to just go off and do it yourselves. Okay. Email marketing is on week 13. Email marketing to me is a cornerstone of successful B2B marketing, which is undervalued, under-executed. It's underwhelming what I see out there. And, I actually think if there's anything that you get out of this program, it's probably going to, in terms of sales uplift from what you've already got in your marketing, the email marketing part of the program is going to really, really help. Quite simply speaking, I've had clients do this stuff with me in one-on-one coaching, but also in programs, and their email open rates have gone from like 5 and 10% up to 50%. Okay, the number of emails in their list has grown, a lot, and there's no algorithm between you hitting the send button and your customer receiving their email, right? The big block for most people is our perception of email marketing is that you're just doing a newsletter bulletin service, and you're not actually sending value, and therefore you're not training your customers into wanting to read your emails. We're going to go through all of that in order for you to get a lot more sales out of your existing marketing assets, which hopefully includes a list of customers or a list of target prospects at least. Okay. We're going to dive over in week 14 to Facebook, okay? In Facebook, we are going to take some of the things that we learned in the LinkedIn lab around content creation, because it's very similar, but we're also going to drill into Facebook community group work and Facebook ads. So that'll be a pretty full-on session, okay? Because we're going to cover two quite key areas. I still think Facebook has got a lot of legs for business people. I think a lot of business people are doing it wrong. So we will target specifically Facebook growth there. Week 15, automation and AI. Okay, so we're going to talk about, there's a huge amount of conversation going on around AI, particularly generative AI. We're going to drill into tried and tested. We're not going to go into this might work or here's some script prompts and things like that. We're going to talk about things that I know have been out in the field that have been tried and tested, which are not just going to help you create content, because that's what people have a tendency to settle on. We're going to talk about AI tools that are on the market that are going to help you drastically reduce the amount of time you use to create your content, to repurpose your content, and to do things like video editing, to do things like customized, personalized video introductions, and how to use AI to reduce word count on copy, to do A/B split testing. So we're gonna be doing a lot of that in AI and automation. The automation part is mostly going to be around chatbot automation on your website and in your socials, but also automation of email sequencing. Okay, it's a really important part of the program because we want you to not be caught in the weeds of all of this effort, right? So in week 16, we have an automation lab where we're going to take the learning from week 15 and we're going to all apply it there, all right? After week 16, we have week 17, which isn't on the agenda, which is a wrap party. We're all going to catch up. Remember, over this entire program, you will be surrounded by a bunch of business people in a private community. You're going to get to know them all. I would really love for us all to celebrate a bunch of wins at the end of this. You'll all get a certificate of completion, and there'll be a couple of spot prizes for those who really lean into this and execute with their heart, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for people on this program who are amazing at marketing, right? What I'm looking for people on this program are people who realize that there's some things they're good at, there's some things they're not good at, but they're not really sure where to go right now. Okay, this program is something that I guarantee is going to help you find that direction and keep going. That's why it's 16 weeks. I really want to build habits around keeping it going. So that's the whole program. As I take a breath and a sip, thank you for your kind comments, folks. Hey, Roy, didn't see you come in. We're going to also jump over here. Here's an email I wrote. I've just got a little section of it. These are some of our early program members. And the last couple of minutes of this live, I'm going to walk through them. And the reason for bringing these kind people who have said to me, yeah, sure, Stu, you can talk about me, is to let you know the type of people who've joined already. Okay. And so Rob is based in the States. He is he already has a really successful training business with online videos. Okay. And he's really looking to take that from kind of a side gig into a full-time, well, maybe not full-time gig, but he just really wants to grow it into something more meaningful for him and his family. Okay. He's exceptional on video, but he would admit that the areas that he really lacks in is some of those downstream funnel things like email automation or even collecting email addresses or some of the areas. And so he spends a lot of his time creating content and not a lot of time taking advantage of the engagement he gets from that content and actually moving people into that trust layer and then the buy layer. So that's Rob. Brian is also based in the States. He is just this wonderful human. He's a singer. He's a technology consultant. He's a way of work, productivity consultant and coach. He is freelance, and he's really wanting to, he goes from gig to gig, waiting for things to happen. He really wants to harness that now and strategically hit the market running and be able to come out of that, like working on the gigs that make sense for him and getting the best out of his own time, right? Marina's a property manager. She's got she has a really successful business in New Zealand with her daughter. They're doing the program to really level up the business. They've got some exciting business goals in their company, and I had a meeting with Marina. I was like, wow, this is great. I'm really, really grateful to be part of that journey, and I'm very confident that we're going to help them get there. But they've got some exponentials that they're shooting for in terms of growing their portfolio and their clients this year, and they're very, very driven. So I can't wait to have them in this program and kind of unlock some of the things holding them back. If we go down to here, actually, I'm going to maximize the screen again because these people are small and you should see their photos. All right, and so we've got Lindy, who's an art teacher in Auckland, in New Zealand, and she's also she's got 3 different companies, right? 3 different things she's working on. The company that she really wants to work on is called Art Activations. That is where she uses art and a mindfulness coaching program in order to bring women together and really get to know themselves and work through just a journey of growing people, right? So it's really hard to put a circle around Lindy because she has such a very unique business. But what I love is art is her passion, and she's built a business that she can really, really grow with it. She's already quite successful. She's got a massive following on Instagram. The challenge that she really wants to work through is pulling it all together, right? She's already really great at socials, but pulling all of the other pieces together and doing them efficiently and fitting in the time of managing 3 businesses, that's a real challenge for her. So this program is going to bring that to her. Anne-Marie is a marketing consultant in a tech media firm. Again, a really unique business proposition. They're in a successful business. They have a global audience. It is hyper niche that what they're working in. Anne-Marie's been working there for some time. She's excellent at what she does. She wants to take them. The company is going to another level this year, and she wants to carry the company's marketing with that those aspirational growth goals. I think what we'll probably end up working with them is actually focusing on a really highly specific niche LinkedIn play in terms of attracting their ridiculously specific target customer from all around the world, and then get them into this authority and trust building in order to get salespeople in front of this very hard to reach target audience. We've got George, who's a marketing manager based in Christchurch for a cooperative business, which is kind of like a franchise group, but it's not a franchise group. So I'll leave it at that. But they have 50 retail companies in their group. They're looking at growing that to 100, 150. These retailers are all within the same industry. George is in charge of all of the marketing. So his target customer is a very, very busy, highly specialist retail business owner. He's got to capture the attention of that business owner and really, carry over the benefits of those customers joining the community that is the cooperative organization that he's part of. So again, if we just take a look at these wonderful people who have joined, and this is 6 out of the 14 who have joined so far, such a diverse group of industries, diverse group of backgrounds, but I reckon they all really they all have one thing in common, which is they all realize that this is going to be tough, and they really want to level themselves up in order to be able to take the businesses with them. Okay, and that's what we're talking about with this program. I'm really super excited. Thank you for your like and comment, share. That's great. So what's last on my agenda? We've done the profile. We've talked about what it is. We've talked about who it's for, what's involved. I wouldn't be a good marketer if I wasn't brave enough to take you to the pricing section. So as of today, we are at the last day. Well, we're the last 24 hours. Look at that, of the early bird pricing, which is $9.80 NZD. So if you're an American, this is going to be chicken feed for you. You've already got 3 Americans signed up. And it's on Slack, it's on Stripe, so you just need to click on shop now. It'll take you to a checkout page. Early bird pricing has got $500 off. That expires in 24 hours, folks. So if you want to join, again, I'm going to be monitoring this live. If you jump in and pop lock in to a comment, or if you DM me with it, or if you email me, if you know my email address, which is stuart@shoestringmarketer.co, then I will hold that price for you. We will catch up, or we'll have a conversation, and you can decide with a little bit of time if this is ideal for you or not. And if it's not, that's totally cool, right? I only do this twice a year, so you'll have, if you miss out on this one, you'll have to wait until about September, I think, is when the next one opens up. One other thing I didn't mention is everything that you do, all of these 16 modules and labs, they're all recorded, okay? So if you skip anything, if you're busy, if you have to take a week off, if it's school holidays, then you can catch up via the recorded session, which is available 24 hours after it's shot. So Tuesdays, we're going to be doing the live sessions. On Wednesday, you'll get access to the recording, so you won't need to fall behind. The other thing is all of the recordings are available for 6 months. So I think there's going to be, the reality of life is there's going to be people who skip sessions, but they're going to come back to them a couple of months later, okay? There's going to be people who get into execution and things get busy, or actually they get a little bit swamped by marketing, and so they will then maybe execute 2/3 of the program, and then they might come back and execute the last part of the program themselves in their own time. So that's all available as well. So, you know, you can come back. Also, the private community that you'll be connected to, you're going to have access to that Slack community for 6 months also. So you'll still have access to the friends that you make on the program for 6 months. You'll be able to bounce ideas off them. You'll still have access to me as a coach. After the program finishes, we'll be able to just keep connected and, you know, help you on the execution side. My goal is really, really simple. I want to take kind of my 20-odd years of marketing experience, and I want to cram it into you guys and have you miss out on all of my mistakes. I want you guys to miss out on all of the challenges and the overspend and the multiple letdowns that I've had with consultants, and be able to really manage this yourself with complete confidence, right? That's my goal, okay? And if we get there, you know, wonderful, right? So just one final reminder before I dive into any questions. I've got a few minutes now. We've just hit our half past, so yay. I think I've fulfilled my time commitments that I hoped to fulfill. So just one final reminder, and in the comments, you've got 24 hours. So if you're thinking about it, if you're not sure, just drop the words lock in to the comments of this video, or send me a DM with those words. I will lock in the early bird $500 off price for you. Please, if you don't do that, please don't come back to me a week or so later and go, oh, I just got around to thinking about it, and now I really want to. To be fair to all of the other people who have already committed, I have to be really rigid around that price. So dive in and hit lock in now in the comments. And if I think, oh yeah, we have a couple of lock-ins pop in as well, and we have some on YouTube. Thank you very much. And you know, most of you know me by LinkedIn or by email. So if you've got any questions, you don't have to do the lock-in thing. You can just ask some questions, right? There is a on the page, right, shoestringmarketer.co, click on the Level Up program. There is a FAQ section which kind of unpacks a whole lot of things. So, you know, don't be shy. I'm around all week. For the next 2 weeks, I've really opened up my diary to have these one-on-one sessions with people. Most of you who know me know that I can't do hard sell. It's just not in me. And in some cases, and there has been 2 cases actually in the last couple of weeks where I've sort of agreed with people in these sessions, I don't think this is the right program for you. I think that, you know, there's a couple of reasons for those that won't go into, but I don't want to anyone in the program who I don't think isn't going to be there for the whole period and is really going to commit themselves to what's necessary to succeed. I want 100% success rate. I don't know if that's achievable, but that's what I'm looking for, right? So if you think this could make you successful, if you're not sure if you can afford it, if you're not sure how to make the time, I want to hear from you, right? I want to help you understand whether or not it's right. There's other ways that we can look after you if this isn't the right program for you. But I think, once we have a conversation, you'll know. Right, so that's me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be watching the comments. I'll be replying to every comment. I'll be watching my DMs. And I will be looking forward to some of you joining me, like the other 14 who have already signed up. And so with that, I'll say ka kite. Thank you very much for joining, and see you on the other side. Cheers.